guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja channel. Guess what? The PlayStation core for the MiSTerFPGA has received an update, and it is available via update tool. In fact, I had this on my list of videos to do. I had an unstable version of the core, and by the time I got around to sitting down to do it, it was actually available via update tool. So that's fantastic. Rather than me showing you features that were currently experimental, they have been pushed to the main. So over here, we're looking at the PlayStation core by O.M.A.Hei-Long, also known as FPGA ℒ𝒾𝓈𝓈. There have been some changes made to this by kuba-j, and some of them are fantastic. Nothing to do with Tekken 2. I wanted to start with this because I have a lot of nostalgia for this game, because when I initially got this game, I had the PlayStation, but guess what? I didn't have a memory card. So what I used to do is I used to play it, unlock all the characters, and in the evening turn it off, and the next day just start the whole damn process again. I can't tell you how happy I was when I first got my memory card, and I remember it being like, what was it? It had 15 blocks and it was £30. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the improvements. Let's have a look at some of the games. I would like to say, guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, then a subscription and a like is super duper appreciated, as is turning on those notification bells. And if you really want to support the channel further, I do have a Patreon set up. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the improvements. The Wipeout series of futuristic racing games. Could we call this the F-Zero of the PlayStation? No, I don't think so. I think Wipeout has its own identity. Now, I played these on the PlayStation. I very much liked them. In fact, there was a club in London called Ministry of Sound, and when the PlayStation first came out and Wipeout was available, they had those ready, set to go. So one of the big improvements with this is, and this isn't limited to Wipeout 2097, what you're seeing on screen now, this is all the Wipeout games on the PlayStation. What would happen is the sound would actually loop. So when it's playing one track off the CD, rather than going on to the next track, it would just keep looping that sound. And one thing that kuba-j has implemented now is kuba-j has actually fixed that. So when one track ends, the next track should play. So if you're a big Wipeout fan and that's something you noticed, then that's something that bugged you, well, it shouldn't really be bugging you anymore. Wipeout should be, well, pretty perfect. Captain Commando, really good soundtrack for this game. I really like it. And you could say to yourself, why do you need to play the PlayStation version when the MiSTer has the arcade core on CPS1, which has been brought over to us by Ⅎ𝒾𝓈𝓈 with the rest of the CPS1 games. But this is a really good brawler. In fact, I never knew this was actually out for the PlayStation until I started messing around with MiSTer, having a look at games that are available for streams on the PlayStation. I was like, wow, Captain Commando is there. Well, the good thing is now, in the latest update, kuba-j has improved XA audio sync. This fixes Captain Commando boss graphics. So yeah, a great alternative way to play if you're not playing the arcade version. And the irony is, even though I'm talking about XA audio sync improvements, I ran the attract mode on this, which has no sound whatsoever. The irony. I remember two vehicular combat games for the PlayStation, and one of them was this one here, Vigilante 8, or in this case, Vigilante 8 Second Offense. The other was Twisted Metal. I don't know which one I like better. I kind of like both. They were both fun, especially when you were playing them with friends. I remember playing like 4-player split screen on one of these, but I can't remember if it was on the PlayStation or the Dreamcast, because I remember Vigilante 8 coming out for the Dreamcast, and I remember picking it up for that console as well. But the good thing is, Vigilante 8 Second Offense used to hang on the vehicle select screen, or sorry, not used to hang, but there was a black screen on the vehicle select screen, which might make you think it's hanging. It wasn't. It was just a black screen. That has actually now been adjusted. And this is something I like about the MiSTerFPGA, and for the whole part, the open source nature of the entire project. Even though O.M.A.Hei-Long started this core, we've got members of the community looking into it and improving it and tweaking those little fixes that may bring joy to some people because it's their favorite game and it's not playing as they remember on the PlayStation, just due to some kind of bug out there. Now, always remember, guys, you may find more bugs, and if you do, we'll report the bugs either on the MiSTerFPGA Discord server, or even better, over on the project's GitHub, and hopefully those bugs can get squashed. This is definitely a community effort, a community project, and everyone can get involved in some capacity. It is often users like us, me and you, that know a game or a system well. When something isn't quite right, we report it and it gets looked at. Gotta give max props to kuba-j for taking the time to, well, make these improvements. As we approach the end of the video, let me just mention some of the other improvements that this core has now. So CD motor now stays on during normal playback. Also, BIOS CD player pause and resume has been fixed. As well as that, fixed Goofy's Funhouse loading hang. So when the game loaded, apparently it hung. It's not a game I'm interested in playing. Do let me know if that was your jam, but yeah, I don't think that's something I want to try or even run in this video. But hey, if Goofy's Funhouse was your jam, go try it out now. It shouldn't be hanging anymore, and you can go and hang out with Goofy. And another one here, fixed Wolfgang Kyuga 2001 background music stopping mid-stage, and sometimes it will stop on a boss fight, and that's the worst thing that can happen, right? You could be playing, you're involved in a boss fight, and what happens? All of a sudden the music stops, it kind of kills you, you lose your tempo, you lose your mojo, and you die. But with that, guys, I am wrapping up the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. Be freaking awesome to one another. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.